Hello, my friends, and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. Today, we're going to have a lot of fun as we get messages from each particular deck. Before we start, though, I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your energy. I'm so beyond blessed and happy that you are here. So let me introduce you to these decks. So all these beautiful decks are by V Love and Crystals, and she does have a YouTube channel. Let me put my finger up so I know that I should put a thing there. She does actually have two YouTube channels, and she does do these beautiful oracles. I love them. I have a collection of them, as you probably know. So this deck is the Witch Becomes Her, right? Witch Becomes Her. This is Time Will Tell, and this is Painted Love. So each one has its own different theme. And I just want you to connect to them right now. And let's go ahead, take a deep breath in. Close our eyes. And now as we exhale and open our eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. All right, let's do this. Hello, Group 1. I am so happy that you are here and you chose this beautiful deck, The Witch Becomes Her. So I'm very excited to be doing this. So we're going to start with the tarot first. No. I'm going to leave this for later, but we're going to start with this deck. So we're going to see what messages it has. So I forgot to... Oh, yeah. So I wanted to actually say, while I was shuffling, that if you want to learn how to win a free personal reading, check the description down below. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, just email me about it. But right now, it's like as we're getting ready for like 2022, I want to, I'm doing a special kind of readings where it's like a longer reading for what's happening with you this like 2022, so kind of like 2022 predictions for you personally. So reach out to me about that, and since you're a viewer, you do that, you get a discount, so that's exciting. All right, let's go ahead and see what messages does Which Becomes Her have for you. What messages do you have? Okay, so these are good. Oh, I do like this. I love this deck. You have no idea how much it is. Okay. So let's just see what you have here. And we might let's do the tarot cards with it, but messages. Actually, these. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And I'm gonna see what we can do more with this. But right now, just seeing, I'm first gonna look at the ones you found. Look at that. So we have the Wicked Witch. We have Greed, Cruelty, Abuse of Power. So that's an interesting one. We have the Hippie Witch. We have Peace, Free Spirit, Unconventional, and we have the Medium Witch. Psychic Contact and Enclosure. It almost... I know, this is going to be a little funny, but it almost makes me feel like the medium is actually like in the middle. If you know, like this is like the super one, and then this is like our shadow selves, right? So that's what I was thinking here. It's actually quite interesting because it's almost like this. There's the shadow side, and we have the light side here. And I've been like... shadow work has been something that it's been intriguing me lately, or not maybe intriguing, it's calling me to it. Because I'm starting to like see something. I don't know. I can't explain it yet, so I'm not going to try. But what I am seeing here, it's a message, is that there is it's like you're being drawn to two sides right now. Yeah. And this one, I'm feeling like it's coming from not a place of this maybe Wicked Witch, which I don't actually think, I'm not really thinking it's about cruelty or abuse of power. I think it's about greed, but I don't think, how do I describe it? Not greed, but more so, when you, the greed comes, or like let's say the Four of Pentacles, which is what it's reminding me. The Four of Pentacles comes through because we have a fear of scarcity, right? We fear that we're gonna not have enough, right? We feel like we don't have enough, and that's what I feel like. There's this sense of not having enough. And for me, this Wicked Witch here is actually your thoughts of worry. These are your thoughts of worry. These are all your things that are kind of plaguing you right now. Like, that's the thing. That's where it's coming from. This sense of not having enough is actually from your thoughts and about your worries. And maybe, and I'm not saying that it's not founded in stuff. I'm not saying that, oh, you're just coming up with it. No, I understand. Believe you me, I'm a Four of Pentacles a lot of the time. I worry about, if you know something, one of the things that I think I'm working on is actually abundance and manifestations, if you will. And that's something I'm working through in this lifetime, at least, or right now especially. So I understand this thing is, but I do want you to, and here's this is where I've been working with the shadows. It's okay. The Four of Pentacles is there for a reason. There is a sense of it's not like you're just, like, even if you're, let's say, a little mean, it's okay. It comes from a place. I've noticed that most things, like, for example, anger, a lot of like anger, and let's say when we kind of strike at others, it always reminds me of where it's coming always from a place of fear. Like let's say usually, like, let's say a dog. I saw this one time when I was in the emergency room for my little cat. There was a lady who came in with her dog had been hit by a car, but it wasn't like, I don't think it was a big thing, like, in terms of, like, the dog seemed like it was okay, but when she went to try to console it or to try to grab it, it bit her. So I don't know why this particular thing comes out, but that's what and so it's that it was not because, it was an instinctual thing. That's what it is. And sometimes when we're in a place of where we feel like we're cornered, where we feel like we don't have enough, or we're worried about something, when we have all these things, we lash out at others. And I don't know, it's probably not for everybody, but there is a sense of, like, please don't, because we beat ourselves up about it afterwards. I want you to, like, I think that's what the message is here. Don't beat yourself up about this. Sorry, I'm this is going to go long, and I was trying to, like, not make it too long. But we have the Magician here, and that's what the answer is to this. This is the answer to this. This is what I also like. You also have the Hippie Witch, which is peace, free spirit, and unconventional. But overall, there's this energy of abundance. So these, to me, is like your worries are there. They're kind of bringing you down. They might even be making you cranky, or let's be, maybe a bit mean towards others. And don't beat yourself up about that. Because I do think that it's coming from a place of you not, like, a fear, right? This is what I'm getting from you, maybe. Or maybe somebody in your life is doing this to you, and you're like, why are they lashing out at me? Again, it's not because of, it's coming from a place of fear. So have a little bit of patience with them. I know I have. I'm learning that as well. You're getting to know me so well. So the Magician energies here is kind of countering this, though. I do want to say that. Sorry, my throat is going for some reason. But the Magician energy is letting you know that you have the power, that you have the ability to manifest the things that you do want, and you also have the tools to make it happen. So again, I'm going to share you a whole bunch of stories about me. Hopefully you don't get bored. So right now I have a thing I like to, I kind of overspend sometimes. And so then I kind of have this, like, I have a limited budget, but I overspend. I can't help it. I see a good deal, I go for it, and it's, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. That doesn't matter. So I usually put myself in a corner. And lately I've been like, oh my goodness, right? But then I shifted that perspective, and I want you to shift this perspective too and hear it. how can I, like, I started with not like I don't have money, or like, oh boy, I'm gonna, need money. It comes from like, what can I do to create this money for myself? What can I do to bring this manifestation? Yes, you can definitely do affirmations and all that stuff, but I also like to be practical. I have Virgo in me as well, so I like to have a practical thing. So I've been thinking, I'm like, okay, I do these kinds of readings. Maybe I can actually do readings in the physical world. I mean, not in the virtual world. That I also could try to sell my decks in the physical world, not just in like the virtual world, as I call this. So coming up with ideas, or even like, what can I do to do it? My uncle, right? He kind of like suddenly started, just having kind of like a little business in the side, where he cooks for older people, like, and that's for me is the ingenuity of that. And I want you to, and the reason why I want you to hear that is because sometimes we back ourselves into a corner and we think that that's our reality, and that's how it's going to stay. But if we have this magician, which we do, we can come up with different things that we can do. Why, if you're feeling scarcity, especially because I don't know why, but it's, for me, it's about money here. um what can you do to have a side hustle? And if it's, let's say, emotional, where you're feeling like you're closed off, what can you do in a, it's still in a, if you're not ready to be out in the world, like, what can you do that allows you to be with others but not so much? Like a YouTube channel. I love, like, being here with you. um in real world, relationships are a lot harder for me, especially friendships. So this way I get to know a lot of people, and it's still like I can handle this. In a real world, physical one, it's a little more intense, and so I'm learning. As I'm learning here, I'm doing it here. So this is all, you're kind of along with me on my journey, and I love that you are, because I feel like I'm on your journey as well. So blah 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 blah. Long story short. Okay, so we got this. You have this. Think about different ways of how you can get out of that corner. What you need to shift that greed into, what can you do? Everybody has a gift. It could be small. You can even do like downloadable stuff for Etsy. You can do like, go around your neighborhood. Maybe people need, especially if this is like for money. Maybe people need somebody to walk their dog, or maybe practice some sort of like languages. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But it's, what I'm saying is, like, there are alternatives, and that's what I'm hearing here. Okay. Let's move on to here. This one is actually calling to you here. So medium witch, like I said, I feel like there's this call between you of things, but it's also, for me, this medium witch is letting me know with the Seven of Swords is that you're hiding your skills. You're hiding your gifts, psychic contact closure. Because we have the seven, this, oh no, it's the Six of Swords. I don't know why I always see this card as the Seven of Swords, because I feel like they're taking it away. And I'm still going to hold it off as the Seven of Swords. I know it's the Six of Swords, but I want to say something, because to me it does feel like this is it's like you're hiding your gifts. Now, this is letting me know, though, that your gifts are actually going to help you with out of this situation, though. So it's weird, but that's what I'm feeling here. So your gifts, your intuition, your medium, which maybe even if you can hear or feel ghosts, or well, not ghosts, past loved ones, right? That's what it's more like. That is something there that they're helping you, trying to get you away from this scarcity thing. They're trying to help you manifest. Now, the hippie witch, peace, free spirit, unconventional. Now, this is actually quite interesting. I almost feel like I could have done a reading individually for each one. But this is why I love V Love and Crystal's decks, because they're so filled. They pack a punch. So the hippie witch, like I said, there's this light and shadow and light, and there's abundance around you. But with this, the devil energy here, it almost feels like, that's what I feel like. It almost feels like, in a sense, sometimes we, how do I say this? That, like, that this carefree spirit, this peace free spirit, unconventionalist, it kind of can be a bit of a vice. I don't know if that's how I want to say it. It's kind of, it feels like there is something where it's habit. Okay, that's what I want to say. So it almost makes me feel like, instead of facing your problems, that's not for everybody. Instead of really going forth and then facing them and moving, you're kind of hiding this and like, no, I'm a peace spirit and all this stuff. But you really have this underlying current of worries of like not having enough. This is what you portray yourself, and kind of you stick to this. Like, oh, free spirit, unconventional. And there is a lot of abundance and there is joy here. I'm not saying that it isn't, but it's like you have some sort of habits with this where you don't want to like, I almost feel like, take charge. You're like, oh, airy fairy, like I totally kind of like that. That's airy fairy, which is not a bad thing, but I feel like the reason why I'm not saying, like, and I do, like, I understand that, but there is a need here. There's a need here of like, for you to actually, I feel like, take charge of things. Yeah, I feel like you're almost, you see how these two these two are like two hands, like they're being trapped. It's like, this is what I'm feeling. This is a facade. Oh, I'm not sure. Facade here, which you really want to, but to maintain it, you're pushing back, you're hiding parts of yourself, and the, like, and this is what I'm hearing. It's like you're not like, and that's what I've been saying. Like, I've been working on the shadow work in terms of like, those things need to come out because you're not really working them. You're just pushing them off. Yeah, does that make sense? I hope it does. I know this is going longer. This is more like discovering yourself, but that's what I'm getting here. And I want you to feel this for real. I don't, but not at the cost of another part of yourself, right? Because it's like, here you have a lot of gifts. This medium witch, you have a lot of gifts, and I feel like you have you're a lot stronger, and you have a lot of abilities, and tools, and you're not, and that's what it is. I feel like the universe is calling you to use them. That's what I feel like it is. But you won't use them, right, if you're in this state of like, everything is okay, airy fairy, it's okay, like, I'm unconditional. But it feels like, nope, it wants you to come out and be like, no, you have more gifts than you're allowing yourself to feel, to grow, to, like, there's a sense of needing you to expand, and that expansion comes from actually facing these things and not hiding them anymore. So that is actually very strong. That's what I'm getting really strongly here, because this, I feel like, although I love this, this is a beautiful card, I feel like sometimes we have to bring out these things. We can't just be like, trying to always maintain a peace there. In order for there to be some sort of a change in ourselves, the growth needs to come from these things, from I feel like almost like not a struggle, but more of a playing with different elements and then coming up with it, and then you can really be this, but with real peace, not hiding parts of yourself. Hope that makes sense to you. I'm gonna pull a few twinkle of charms. So what? Joining me with this, yeah. Okay. Oh, and this is funny. A little sheet. Oh. And Mr. So these are all messages, Mr. Oh, look at this. Yeah, the sunflower is coming here. There is a lot of abundance. Dream. We have I choose strength, and we have the little feather, which means you're divinely protected. And we also have the ring, which is like a proposal that's being offered. And celebrate, but it's not celebrate, but it's abrate. So it's been cut off. So there's parts, like I said, there's a part missing here. It's like you're pushing something back. The sunflower here is really the need to kind of like shine, right? You want to really shine this light, right? The sunflower goes towards the sun, and that's something that is quite beautiful. It actually tries to follow the sun. The But I feel like the sun is inside you as well. But it needs to accept all of who you are. I choose strength, and that strength comes from not pretending that we do not have these aspects of ourselves, not pretending like I don't have the gift. Like, 'cause you have gifts. You have gifts, mediumship, which is actually trying to help you, trying to move you towards this being able to manifest, to be to your full power. Of this magician. And I, it was funny. I was gonna switch them around, but I was like, no, each one is there for a reason. Because you're taking away your power by pretending that this aspect, these parts of you are not here. I want you. So we have this. We also have Mr. So I feel like for this is actually, for me, this is a mediumship. Like somebody from your past, maybe a past loved one. I feel like that, ancestor, but I do feel like a past loved one is coming here and telling you they're here watching over you, guardian angel kind of stuff. Dreams, your dreams are telling you. I'm sure. Actually, dreams are an interesting thing. So, a lot of people like, oh, we're like everything's good, but what are your dreams telling you? Are they happy, or are they like, what are your dreams? Because your dreams have a way, for whatever we push down and whatever we're trying to like hide ourselves from, the dreams bring them up. So what is it that you've been, what kind of dreams are you having? And your dreams might be communicating with past loved ones as well. We do have some sort of proposal, some sort of offer. Be careful though, because I feel like it's almost like, just be careful. What is it? Is it really what you want, or is it coming from a place of habit, or is it coming from a new place? We do have the sheep here, and usually I would say that, like, we are all, I want to say this, but I say this with very much love. I love sheep. I do. I want you to be a lion. It's like, don't just follow things. There is you can be gentle, but still have the force, still have the, so it's not, I'm not telling you to like give up this gentleness. No, there is a gentleness in you, but there is something else. There is not such a gentle one. There's the lion in you, that wants to come out too. You're being represented by this, and not a lion that's coming from a place of fear, but a lion coming from a place of understanding that there is the shadows too, and integrating them into who you are. Then there is true peace, and then you are truly free there. But pushing them away and hiding them is not really helping you. It doesn't help any of us, right? I like, yeah, because you may say like, oh, but I do say this coming from a place of where I am too. Let's see what our everyday wonders come through here. Seize the day, yes. Ideas are coming through. Yeah, and this is the ideas coming through for the magician. What do you need to do? And I want you to see this, dream big, and there's like dreams coming through here. So dreaming bigger. Don't just stay in the cozy and stuff, but really go for your big dreams. Integrate all aspects of yourself. Transformation is coming. And because if we don't integrate ourselves in, like, our shadow selves, our fears and everything, it's like we're cutting off a piece of ourselves, and it's stunting our own growth. Look at that. If you need to cry, we cry. Like, releasing, it's a need for releasing of emotions. Then look at that. So you get to have fun, and then you're like, I'm okay. Everything's good. Life is good. So this is actually a very strong reading, and I would not expect anything less from Beloved Crystal's Oracle deck. So we have beautiful things. If you don't feel that this has anything to do with you and you're just like, then maybe this was not. Just really always take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But it's a pretty one. It's a pretty strong one, and it's a very positive energy for me, because because I understand it a lot, we push back on things we're not comfortable with ourselves, in ourselves, right? But what I'm learning as I develop, as I go into this journey along with you, is that's not really true. Because it's like, we need all of ourselves, we need everything, every aspect of ourselves, because that's where the true power and growth comes from. I hope this makes sense, and if it does, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I am so beyond happy, and I feel so blessed that you're here with me, sharing your time, sharing your energy. You are amazing, and remember, you are magic. I put that up there for a reason. You are magic. We are all magic. We just need to connect to each of our own magic, and really, oof, wow. And you're very, that's something that you have, very strong magic. Okay, with that, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, so much happiness. Have a super wonderful day. Bye-bye, Group 1. Hello, Group 2. Let's find out what messages your oracle cards have for you. So this is exciting. You chose... Time will tell. Sorry, I had a brain fart, so I wasn't sure. I wanted to put the right name. So let's see what messages this beautiful oracle deck has for you. The collective group they need to hear. You probably are thinking maybe, fork wanted to come out, so we will. Okay. Oh, this is I'm actually interested in using it in such an interesting way, because I don't know. Group 1 had a very strong message. I think you will too. Okay. The big change. Alright. So let's go ahead and see what the Tower has for us to guide us through. Okay. Want to come? Okay. Mix the last one. Oh, wow. Such an interesting. Wow. That's interesting. You have a whole lot of masculine energy here, even the Emperor. Okay. I know this is gonna be weird. So this is not gonna be for everybody, but please bear with me. Take what resonates and then leave what doesn't. But I'm going to start off with one of the major one that kind of called me out. So on a special occasion, I feel like, and I'll tell you the story of how it happens. So this is going to be for some of you, and but I'm going to tell for other ones. And this is just the one that really struck out at me. So on a special occasion, on a special occasion, something special, I feels like where there's some sort of celebration to me. New love or new potential is coming through here. I feel like it's new love. And the reason why I'm seeing new love is because there's so many kings and an emperor. So new love is on it, there is in a special occasion, there is new love coming through here, being offered. It almost feels like, wow. But here's the interesting part. I'm sorry, I got excited. You have, I feel like, 2 suitors possibly here. Because I do see these 2 energies. So 2 suitors here, and then there's October. Okay. So this is being very specific for some of you. So the waste of time here. And again, for you, there is it feels like a waste of time with this new love coming through. I feels like, I want to say, for some of you, there might be a waste of time with somebody who's overly logical, kind of cold. I'm going to rush this part because I don't feel that it has everything. Everybody's going to listen to this. this is more specific for some of you. Somebody who's cold, somebody who's too analytical, almost, I want to say almost a bit narcissistic. So that is a waste of time. Possibly somebody from your past that's doing that, but I feel like, I'm not sure. That's a waste of time. So, but, and then there's this guy right here, which is the Pentacle, the King of Pentacles. So somebody who's more, who might be well off, who's established, who kind of enjoys life. That might be, I would say this is what it's like happening. This is kind of what it's saying, like, you have to change your mind, like you have to change your perspective to see the value of this person right here. And again, this is very specific for some of you. And then in October, there is like the sense of, possibly next year, it's like the sense of changing, and then this person can become like your partner, right? There's like I almost feel like a marriage, or like a leveling up of the relationship by October. So like I said, this is a very specific message for some of you, and I'm going to go with the more general one right now. But that's what I wanted to say. So I do feel like there is being an opportunity here in terms of love, in terms of maybe appreciation, but I to me it does just feel like love coming through. I do want you to say that it's a waste of time. The waste of time here is kind of having this King of Swords is telling me that it's a waste of time to try to like analyze it, try to make it a logical thing. Maybe this is like where you just connected with somebody and you're just like, they take your breath away, and you're like, no, but that can't be, that's not right, that's not the way I work. Especially because maybe you are a very logical person, right? Maybe you're like, no, or you're kind of reserved, and you have this wall that you set up, right? So it's like, oh, that's a waste of time to like kind of do that. It's almost saying to me, it's like a waste of time trying to control this. The emotions are very strong. The emotions are very real. So I feel like this is actually causing a big change in you. So this special occasion, this new Ace of Cups, this new beginning in terms of love, maybe offering, coming through, is giving you a big change, right? There's a change of perspective, like I said here. They're both, do you see, like they're both actually kind of like buildings here too. One is from a distance, one is becoming more who you are, like looking at things from a distance, and actually here taking more in with this big change. And I feel like that's the big change comes from actually enjoying life, and we feel like this is more of not enjoying life. So trying to analyze, trying to control, this is more of what you're coming through here. This is what's going to happen here, is really enjoying things, really like feeling grounded and well-being, not trying to control, but actually enjoying, having the cake, right? Having the cake, not trying to analyze, not trying to get this, but just accepting this opportunity, whatever it is, right? Accepting it and enjoying it, not trying to say, oh, it has to, like, like, oh, will it last, will it not last? Not really like that, or not trying to hold on to it, not trying to analyze it, but rather enjoying it, fully taking, like, savoring every single moment of this Ace of Cups. This is what it is. It's like really getting it, not worrying about either, like, when will it end, not that. And in this October, which is actually for me an interesting thing coming through, there's a sense of, well, there is with the Emperor here, with is almost like a sense of taking action from it. There is going to be like enjoying it, but there is a sense of coming inspiration. I almost feel like it's also maybe a leveling up of you. So like I said, this is something that's going to change. This Ace of Cups is going to change you, to level you up. And it feels like the fall of next year, you're going to be a whole new other person. You're going to be wholly like stepping up. And I also feel like it's almost like you're shifting your perspective of things, and it's going to be, you're going to be more at home with this light here. Also with the way this feels more like home. This feels a little coldness to it. This one was just completely different and distant. So that's what I'm just like feeling that energy here. So this is what I'm saying to you here is, there is you're going to be going leveling up from, like, this Ace of Cups is a whole new beginning. It is you actually becoming who you're meant to be. But like I said, it is a waste of time. It is not right now what you have to, like, try to analyze, try to, like, it almost feels like, don't try to, like, distance yourself as much. Like, really just let go of trying to control it and just accept it, enjoy it, take this, and savor it and be grounded in that, and then feeling that abundance that it comes from it too. Just overall happiness and well-being here. And it will lead for, like, possibly, like, next year for you to have been leveled up. And so there is almost like a year worth of things that are happening. But it feels like that's what I'm getting from this, that there is a sense of you coming finally to your power. So this is beautiful. It's also a little bit less intense than the collective of group 1. Let's see, collective of group 2, what message is this? Okay, it's coming through. All right, and we'll do the divination next. Okay, so there is a wish fulfillment coming through here. You are my sunshine. Yeah, I do feel like that. To me, it seems like love is coming, and it's this particular one. That might be. Oh my goodness, having the sense of almost like a gentleness here coming through as well. Again, there's this sense of wanting to take it easy, like enjoying things, really savoring things, and letting life. I also feel like you can use, this is to me the pendulum, so enjoying, like, doing your intuition, letting your intuition guide you in this aspect. Unlocking, what are we unlocking? I feel like there is a, I don't know why I feel like there should be. It's like unlocking your potential, because I feel like this is who you're meant to be, this emperor energy, not just the king, but the emperor of what it is. Being busy, working on yourself, working on things that you love coming through as well, I would say. Oh, there's some sort of message coming through. So some, like, a birdie will tell you some sort of message coming through. And I know this is like, oh, but there is messages here. Growing to the tree of life, growing to your full potential is what I'm seeing here. Abundance, happiness, joy. When you do have all that, allowing friends, because I feel like this is like the feather is with the friends and people to help you, not, again, like, not trying to cut off people off, don't try to distance yourself, but really accept what is being offered. And we do have here, I was gonna say, like, slow and steady, but it also makes me feel like it's somebody, because this might be, again, might help you with that, somebody who values family, who values that, has that values coming through here, somebody who's also hardworking and values that. But I do feel like this could be definitely with love, but it also feels like you're becoming more who you're meant to be. But with this Ace of Cups that's being offered. So let's actually do the divination dice. That lets me know, like, what's happening. This is the Everyday Wonders collection. Yeah, okay. Let's see. All right. So we do have taking care of our health. That's important. But to me, it's also like kind of coming together. I know that it is, but it's actually two snakes that kind of meet each other halfway here. So I don't know why, but that, like, does seem that don't quit, don't give up on love, or don't give up on whatever this Ace of Cups is. Yeah, there's something that's coming. I almost feel like, I want to say, like, abundance is coming, and I do feel like it is, but it's also feeling like the diamond is, you have to do a little work to get that diamond to be, to really let that diamond show itself and shine. Let me do this one. Don't quit on it. Yes, think outside the box. So don't look at things, like I said, like, don't look at things always analytically. Really use your intuition, your gut feeling here in terms of whatever it is this Ace of Cups is. Fulfillment, this new thing that's coming. I think it almost feels like your natural instinct is to say no. But not to do that, not to just say no to it, but really take that away from it and really kind of see the potential in what's being offered. See the potential. It's like, oh, maybe something that will be good, and then just really accepting who you are. Just like, look at yours. You're the king, you're the emperor right here. That's really taking who you're meant to be and having that power there. I actually really like these. I hope you like this reading. Please let me know if you like this reading, and if you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, and sharing it with others. I truly appreciate that you are here. And that you share your magic, your energy, and your time with me. I truly appreciate that, and appreciate you. I'm sending you so much love, so much light, so much happiness, so much joy, and many magical things. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye, Group 2. So, Group 3, let's find out what messages the oracles have for you. So, you chose the Painted Love deck, so that's exciting. So, just like I said, all these are by V Love and Crystals, and they make good gifts. So, because they actually come gift wrapped, that's why I'm saying that. And aside from the fact that I just really like them. What else did I say? Oh yeah, so I wanted to say, I'm just like, as I shuffle, I will be, like, I'm right now currently offering all the way to the end of the year, the what's gonna happen 2022, like a full long reading, where we go into details of what predictions we can have for your 2020, 2022, 2020, 2022. And so if you want to take advantage of that, just go ahead and email me at mysticstarmagic@gmail.com, and we can do that as soon as just let me know you're a viewer, and then of course you get a discount, and we're gonna just go in depth, a really in-depth video reading for you. So think about that as we kind of play with this. All right, we're gonna go ahead and see what messages these cards have. Okay. One more card needs to come out, yeah. Okay. Next one. And one. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, you can see this is actually going to be interesting. These are all these things. Like, why I like this is because I actually like to use this as not just like somebody else, but you're actually also your heart speaking, letting us know things. But we're gonna go ahead and do the Tower next. It's actually quite fun. All right, let's go ahead and have fun with this. All right. Oh, I want it to come out. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. You just want to give me a whole bunch, huh? All right, we have this one is this one. Okay. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. I do some things that are going to, so before we even go into the whole thing, though, I did want to say that it does feel like, this to me is your energy here. This is your energy. I don't know why, but I feel like this is somebody else's energies. Might be two different people's energies here. So, and this is, I feel like, this is an answer. Sorry. I want you to, like, this process is so rather intuitive. So, like I said, so this is, we're going to go focus on you first. So this is your energy, this is your energy here. All right, so I would do it all over again. You have this, and it's the Six of Pentacles. So it's letting me know that you are a giver. You're very compassionate. You're a giver. Naturally, you do like the feeling it gives you. You also like the recognition that it gives you. I'm not saying that that's the reason why you do it, but you do enjoy it. It's a good feeling for you. So yes, you naturally, I want to say you're a saver, and so I want that's an aspect of who you are. You're like, you like to save others. You like to, the feeling that it gives you for saving others. So you want to help them, but you also not only, because this is more for love for me, but I do feel like it's for love and just in general, but you like that feeling of saving others. You like the feeling of people needing you. And again, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if it doesn't make sense, it might just not be, this might not be your path. But I think if you chose it, there is a reason. So there's always, I feel like, a message that just sometimes needs to be cleared through. But you are a person who likes this. I almost feel like this is somebody else. So you just turn the key to my heart. I feel like this is, again, somebody else's. This is a different energy. It doesn't feel like your energy to me. This is somebody else. So somebody either you have contact with, or you had contact with, might be from the past. So we had this, so it's somebody who you had contact with in the past. I feel like it's almost, oh man, sorry. Because I'm seeing here, the thing here I'm actually seeing is like, yes, the judgment is, it's almost like a temptation that's being called forth. I'm not sure if that's who you are. That is something, I feel like you might be tempting somebody, or they might be tempting you. So this is like even though it's like, to me, it's, what is that? The Pied Piper almost feeling here. I know the judgment is like, it's calling you back. So maybe it's, to me, it seems like somebody from your past is either calling you back, or you're calling somebody from your past to you right now. Just turn the key to my heart. It's like they're asking you, like, you can unlock them. You have the power. It almost feels like that's what it is. The reason why I'm like a little hesitant with this one is because, yes, but there is, to me, although it could be that you're calling them to awaken them, it does feel very much like there's a temptation. So it feels like there's some sort of energy that is there blocking. Maybe it's a third party situation here, or they're with somebody and it just doesn't feel quite right. Or maybe you're with somebody right now and being called forth here, but you have this energy coming through here. So there is, but what's blocking you here? This is a fast. I actually love these cards because they tell me an interesting story, especially here. So I don't want to make the same mistakes twice, right? And so the mistakes is this Five of Wands energy. So arguing with other people. You don't want to make that mistake. You don't want to have to like be kind of stuck in between people. You don't want to have to fight with people. It almost feels like also kind of like you got lost in the shuffle in here as well. You are more of a, you like the things to be peaceful. You like to have this peace coming through here. So it's interesting, like I said, because it's like different energies. This is definitely you. So you have this fear of, so you're not sure if you should trust this, it feels too good to be true to you. This just turn the key to my heart, this card that's being offered here. And this is what I'm hearing, like this is, I think, the past hurt, somebody who hurt you in the past. I'm not saying that this is it. It could be the same person that hurt you in the past here, and that's why you're not trusting them. Or it could be just somebody else who did that. And it was, I don't think I'll be needing you anymore. So, so you felt this. And do you, which is interesting because like I said, you do have a need to be needed. You need to be needed. I don't know why that is. I think that gives you a sense of self-worth. That's something we probably would want to work on a little bit, because it's okay. It's okay if people are independent and don't need you. You're still valuable because you are you. That's something that I've learned as well. So we're in the path here. I don't think I'll be needing you anymore, right? Now, that's interesting because I thought it was a negative thing, right? Like I initially was like, because I read that, but I beginning to think that maybe there's a new offer. There is a new beginning for whoever this was. They're trying to gain their own independence. There's the Ace of Pentacles. They're accepting it. I feel like this almost like this independence from this person, like this person saying, I'm not going to be needing you. It doesn't mean that they don't, like, the emotions are that they're not, needing is not necessarily loving. And that's a distinction that I think a lot of people have trouble with. Because somebody needs you doesn't mean that they love you, or because you need somebody doesn't mean that you love them. And needing it is something else. But loving, it's just almost, it's almost like a hand open, right? There's this, it's just natural. I love you because of who you are, not because of what you can give me. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because that's something I learned as well. Yeah, okay. So it almost feels like this is going too fast. This sense of like them going, being independent is kind of like, it's too much for you. You're feeling overwhelmed. And because you're like, what do I do now? I'm not needed. Why would they stay with me? And that is the key, because the key here, just turn the key to my heart, and there's the key to this, because I could see that this is actually where your growth is coming through here. I feel the vibes and our chemistry is real. So I feel the love and the chemistry is real. Like and this is why it was kind of separate. And I love this because it actually is the real wish fulfillment coming through here. And so let me see if I can explain it all. So this is what it is. It almost makes you sense like a sense of peace. Coming through this wish fulfillment. It's almost like somebody loving you for who you are, not what you can give them. And this is an important key. This has the potential for that. So let's bring it all together, because I actually feel like, yes, this could be about love, and it does feel very much so strongly about love, but it also feels about love in not just in a romance, but in a grander scheme of things for you. And here is the cards, and that's why I love these cards. They always pack a punch. Overall message for you is that I would do it over again. You would give of yourself. You would continuously give. You need this sense of needing to be needed, and thinking that is love is actually harming you. It is, it's what possibly makes relationships, whether, again, like, it doesn't have to be a romantic love here. It doesn't have to be that romantic love, but it just makes relationships go sour for you, because you need to be needed, because you think that a person needing you is equal to love. And the cards are saying you need to separate that. You need to separate that, because just because somebody needs you doesn't mean that they love you. And just because love is different. Love is coming for loving you for who you are. Like, here you have to do things. Here you're just looking at the ocean, and they're just loving you. And that's what's real, right? That this is a real connection. If it's just for somebody, you're saving somebody, it can't last. So I do feel like this is what it's telling us, that there is this lessons that need to be learned. And again, like, I see the key to it all is accepting yourself, loving yourself, because this comes from feeling needed. Wanting to be needed feels like you're giving other people your sense of like what your worth is. And here is saying, no, you have the key to open your own heart, the key to love, the key to real connections, to real relationships. It doesn't come from trying to maintain a peace, trying to like not argue, like not trying to do this. It's actually coming from loving yourself and accepting yourself and distinguishing need versus love. Very, very strong message here. I don't think I'll be needing you anymore, and accepting that from others. Just because somebody doesn't need you doesn't mean that they stop loving you. Doesn't mean that it feels like you want, that need is needed for you to control, so that you can have, you don't really have to give of your heart. Almost it does feel like that. It's much easier to have somebody need you, because then if they need you, they're always going to be there. It's a sense of like a security. But if the person doesn't need you, if the person is just loving you for you, there's a sense that you have no control in that. And that's important for you, because for me, it feels like this is the Eight of Wands, and this Eight of Wands energy, usually it's a fast moving energy, but here it feels like you've lost control. You've lost control of the wands. You've lost control. Almost like you've lost control of the upper hand. But that is actually to your benefit. If I don't think I'll be needing you anymore, it's okay. It doesn't mean that they're not gonna, that shouldn't mean that you lost control of it. It should be that there's something new coming in. If they're just there because they love you, there's a difference, right? And this is I feel the vibes, our chemistry is real. And that is what you want. Loving somebody who loves you for who you are, not because you have to do anything. Like, look, she's just enjoying life, and she has that wish fulfillment. Wow. And it, like, the energy is just like, whew, that's intense. Big thing. Let's see what the sprinkle of charms tell us. Let's bring message for group 3. Okay. Look at that. I have the adventure, the needing to, I really do feel like almost like a need to let go of control. So adventure, letting go. It is like, to me, it's always when I see this little KitchenAid, which is like for mixing, it feels like you just, how do I say it? Love is sort of like that, right? Love is it just makes me feel like it's a little chaotic, but that's what makes it interesting. Like, if we try to control things, if we try to like file everything and try to clip everything, it's not that. I'm not saying it has to be like drama. I'm just saying that there's a sense of when we really open ourselves up for others, yes, there is potential for hurt. There is potential for being having conflicts with others when we really open ourselves, and maybe it ending where the person doesn't end with you, but trying to hold on to control, trying to keep our hearts in check, or trying to keep emotions, or trying to file people in a certain way. It's not really, you're always going to have a fear there. And I feel like that's a theme for this overall reading. So yeah, look at that, blossoming of your heart, blossoming here, the heart blossoming. It's like you're turning away. I really do feel like, yeah, it's like the reason why you need to feel needed comes from some sort of from your childhood coming through here, and you need to face that. You need to actually, this is beautiful because it brings it to light right here. Made with love. Yeah, things are made with love. Like, and it's that sense, love is given freely. It does not have expectations. It is not a needing. It is just a being, if that makes sense. And accepting, yes, accepting when other people want to take care of you, nurture you, love you. Again, we turn that away because we feel like there is a sense of vulnerability. And I feel like that's what you've been doing. You've been trying to keep that vulnerability to yourself. And here, yeah, the key to unlocking, the key to your heart, right? Here's the key. There's an actual key, is self-love. Totally 100% self-love. You gotta do this. If you're having trouble with relationships, if you're having trouble with love, it is coming from, not from the other people. It's not about them right now. It is about you having to open your own self up. You have to unlock your own heart to your self-love. And in this case, it's accepting, like differentiating being needed and being loved. Very very different. You feel like being needed makes you feel like you're in control. Love makes you feel like you're not in control. But if you love yourself, there's great strength there. So it's very strong messages. I just love it so much. Let's see what we have here. All right, look at that. We do have the heart there coming through. We do have conversations. So talking is important. Having an equal conversation, opening your heart up, and maybe talking, and then like do this. If not now, when? Like when are you going to allow it? When are you going to really let yourself do what you love, right? And be with who you love. Not because they need you, not because you need them, but because you just love each other and the things that you have. Again, you have a lot more power than you're giving yourself to. I do feel like, oh, look at that. Yeah, see this? It's like you got hurt in the past. You got hurt in the past. And so now you say no. You put up that barrier. You say no. You act from a place of fear. But the universe is saying you have more power than you give yourself credit for. So please use that power. You have that flame inside you. And I really feel like your heart is calling out to be loved. It wants to go on an adventure. It wants the joy and the magic of relationships and gathering together with others. I hope you like this reading, group 3. This was an interesting video. I'm glad I did it. It was totally impromptu, so I'm enjoying it. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your energy, for sharing your love, sharing your time with me. I truly appreciate you. And please remember always, you are magic and you are totally just the mere essence of you is magic, and there is love there. You are quite lovable. If nobody's ever told you that, you are lovable. I am sending you so much love, so much light, so much happiness, so much unbelievable, beautiful things for you. Have a great day. Bye-bye, group 3.